You have seen them, right? I mean, how could you miss them? They are on your TV during the cricket match, on every giant billboard when you drive through the city.
Oh, thank you.
Prices are so low. एक बार देख तो लो.
When you pay your credit card bills on CRED, you earn CRED coins.
What if I told you that some of the biggest, most glamorous companies in India, brands you probably use every single day, are actually losing billions of dollars?
Companies making losses. Why do people fund loss-making companies?
There's a funding squeeze. The easy money is drying up. Thousands of startups have shut down.
Many of India's most celebrated unicorns like CRED, PhonePe, and Swiggy have never made a single rupee of profit. These are not small-time operations. We are talking about companies with a price tag in the billions of dollars, with celebrity endorsements and a constant presence in our lives. Yet on paper, many of them are losing staggering amounts of money, burning through more cash in a year than most businesses will see in a lifetime. How is this possible? Why investors are pouring billions of dollars into these companies that don't make a profit? Is this a new revolutionary way of doing business? Or is it the biggest gamble in India's economic history? This is the greatest puzzle of Indian startup ecosystem, and today's business breakdown, we are going to pull back the curtain. To understand this, you have to look at two different stories. The story number one, the public image. It's the image of a new India, tech-savvy, convenient, and booming. These companies have made our lives undeniably easier. Need food? It's at your doorstep in 30 minutes. Need a ride? It's a tap away. Need to pay a bill? There is an app for that, and it will even give you cash back. Now, story number two is that one they don't put on the billboards. It's the company's financial report card. For years, the story has been the same. They are making a lot of money, but they are spending even more. For every 100 rupees they earn, they might spend 150 or even 200. So, how do they stay in this business? The answer lies in the fuel that powers this entire engine, venture capital. Think of it as a money from wealthy investors making big bet on these startups will one day become massive. The story of the modern India startup begins around the early 2010s. India had a perfect storm of ingredients. A massive young population getting access to cheap data and their first smartphones. A flood of money from foreign investors, especially from the US and China, looking for the next big success story. A generation of ambitious founders who saw the success of companies like Amazon and Uber and said, we can do that in India. But they didn't just copy the idea, they copied the strategy. A strategy very specific and aggressive called Blitz scaling, which basically means growth at any cost. Think of it like this, a normal business grows by finding the customers and making profits from them. It's like climbing a staircase one step at a time. On the other side, Blitz scaling is different. It's like strapping a rocket to your back. The goal isn't profit, it's speed. The idea is to grow so fast that you become the only name in the game. You will capture entire market before anyone else has a chance. Let's use a simple example, a fictional food delivery app called InstaFood. Here are the stages it would go through as described in the Blitz scaling concept. Stage number 1, the family with 1 to 9 people. What it looks like? The two founders of InstaFood and maybe 1 or 2 friends are in a small apartment in Kormangala, Bangalore. They have a basic app that barely works. They are personally taking orders on their phones, convincing a few local restaurants to join, and sometimes even delivering the food themselves on their own scooters. Here the goal is just prove the idea works. Will people actually order food from an app? Stage number 2, the tribe with tens of people. What it looks like? InstaFood has gotten its first small investment called seed funding. They have hired about 20 to 30 people. Everyone still knows each other's name. They now have a dedicated team of delivery riders and a proper office. They have expanded from one neighborhood to cover all of South Bangalore. Here the goal is figure out how to make the system work reliably. They are fixing bugs in the app and trying to make the delivery process smoother. Stage number 3, the village with hundreds of people. This is where Blitz scaling really starts. What it looks like, a huge investor gives InstaFood millions of dollars. The founders are told, capture India now. They started hiring hundreds of people. They launched in Delhi and Mumbai in the same month. Things are breaking everywhere. The app crashes. Customer support is overwhelmed. They hire the wrong people. It's pure chaos. Here the goal is speed. Nothing else matters. They burn millions on 50% off discounts and TV ads with Bollywood stars to get customers faster than their rivals. The goal isn't to make a profit on an order. The goal is to make sure that when someone thinks food delivery, they think InstaFood. Stage number 4, the city with thousands of people. What it looks like, InstaFood has survived the chaos and is now a market leader with thousands of employees. It's a big, complex company. The founders can't make every decision anymore. They have to build proper departments like HR, finance, marketing, and hire experienced executives to run them. Here the goal is start acting like a real company while still growing. They now need to make the business more efficient and professional. They are no longer just a startup, they are major corporation. Stage number 5, the nation or globe, 10,000 of employees. What it looks like, InstaFood is a household name across India and is now looking to expand to other countries. It's a massive global organization. The goal here is dominate the market globally. After all these years of burning cash, figure out how to become consistently profitable. And how do you do that? With 2 weapons, discounts, marketing. Coming to discounts, offering your service for far less than it actually costs. The first rate for free, that 50% off on your food order. The company isn't being generous. It's using investor money to pay you to become a customer. Marketing on the other side, blanketing cities with ads, signing up the biggest cricket stars and Bollywood actors. You are not just selling a product, you are buying a habit. And for a while, it worked. Their price tag soared into the billions. These companies become unicorns, the nickname for a startup valued at over $1 billion, and their founders became the new rock stars of the Indian economy. But building on rockets has a downside. The fuel that investors' money isn't infinite, and the pressure to keep growing is immense. This is where the cracks in the idea start to show. First, the problem of originality. Many of these giants weren't built on a unique invention. They were brilliant at operations, but the core idea was often a copy-paste of a successful Western model. This means their only real edge wasn't better technology, but more money. To understand this, we need to look at a simple concept called unit economics. It just means looking at a profit or loss on a single sale. Let's take a food delivery order as an example. Let's say you order food worth 400 rupees, but you have a 100 rupee discount. So you only pay 300. Out of that, the company pays the restaurant, say 320 rupees. Then it pays the delivery driver 50 rupees. And in your 100 rupee discount, and on this one order, the company just lost 70 rupees. They are losing money on your specific order. Now let's look at a different model. What about a company like CRED? They don't sell a product in the same way. CRED's model is about acquiring a specific type of person, a credit-worthy, high-spending user. The unit economic here isn't a single transaction, it's the user itself. The cost is clear. CRED give you rewards, cashback and deals just for paying your credit card bill. That's a direct cost to them. The revenue for a long time was almost zero. Now they make a little money by charging a small fee if you use their services to pay rent or take a loan. Their big bet is that once they have millions of India's most trusted consumers in one place, they can eventually sell them other more profitable things like loans, insurance, or premium products. They are spending money now on rewards for a potential payoff much later. Second, the human cost. This model relies on massive army of low-cost labor.
What are India's startups doing today? We are focused on food delivery apps, turning unemployed youth into cheap labor so the rich can get their meals without moving out of their house.
The unemployed youth of India became the backbone of the gig economy. They aren't employees with benefits on job security, they are partners paid per task. When the company needs to grow, it onboards thousands. When it needs to cut costs, these partners are the first to feel the squeeze. Their pay is often decided by a computer program designed to be as efficient as possible, not to ensure they get a fair wage. And finally, the effect is on us, the consumer. We have been trained to be bargain hunters. We have become addicted to the discounts. The moment a platform tries to make a profit by raising prices, we switch to a competitor. The loyalty these companies spend billions to buy was never to the brand, but to the bargain. So, let's break this down. What went right, what went wrong, and what is the biggest lesson here? Coming to what went right, you cannot deny the genius of their operations. These startups created entirely new markets. They changed our daily habits on a massive scale. They built incredibly complex delivery networks from scratch. They made digital payments a normal part of life. This was a masterclass in getting things done. And what went wrong? The fundamental flaw was confusing a company's price tag with its actual health. They built $1 billion house on a foundation of sand. The focus was always on the next round of funding, not on building a healthy, profitable business. The product wasn't the app or the service. The product was the company itself, sold to the next investor in line for a higher price. The big takeaway, and this brings us to the single most important lesson. There is a huge difference between a startup and a business. A business is designed to make money. A startup in this context is designed to grow until it can be sold either to the public when it lists on the stock market in an IPO or to an even bigger company. Profit was seen as a future problem, but as we are seeing now, the future has arrived. For the last decade, it was easy for startups to get money, but now things have changed. The investors are getting nervous. The era of easy money is over. We are already seeing the results. Layoffs, cutting back on the services, and a desperate, painful shift towards the one thing they ignored for a decade: profit. The discounts are disappearing, delivery fees are creeping up, the free lunch is finally over. What does the future hold? Fewer bigger players, the smaller companies will either fail or be bought by the bigger ones. A reality check: company price tags will become more realistic. They will be forced to build real, healthy businesses. A new focus. The next wave of successful Indian startups might look very different. They will likely be less flashy but more focused on solving real problems and, most importantly, having a clear plan to make money from day one. The story of the Indian startup is fascinating. High-stakes drama about ambition and money is what we truly value. It's a system that has created amazing convenience but also a lot of instability. But I want to know what you think. Is this cash burn model a necessary step to build a modern economy and world-class companies, or is it a flawed, unsustainable system that was bound to crash? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more breakdowns on the businesses shaping our world, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.